But
Oh, I saved the videos though. I just put it on.
I mean, that's.
I go back and watch them. I personally go back and
you
watch
know what? I give you props on that because that would something I would never do. But if you actually do that, I applaud you.
I can show you some really really good videos I've taken.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and you're gonna hate me for saying this. And this is something that happened more with my second kid. Because my first kid, we were just like always photos. Second kid, maybe like 1/15 of the photos that I have in my first one.
And then when you have the third one, you're gonna be like, "Well, this is the last one.
Well,
we really got to take photos," and the middle child is just screwed.
I just made a decision, like, live in the moment, like, no more, just fucking be here.
That's funny.
Like, and then like just be in the moment. Yeah.
Dude, you're giving your middle kid a bunch of fucking mental problems.
My
building it up.
My phone is storage is full, and I'm at the point where I need to get a new phone.
Yeah, the iPhone I got is got a terabyte.
Yeah, but it's an iPhone.
I'm waiting for the newest iPhone.
The 16?
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea. They always
just gotta wait till September, so like one more month.
Yeah, if you really want to feel like a big jump in like that kind of tech, you gotta wait like 4 years. You gotta make sure that your phone's basically like the charging port doesn't work.
Dude, my fucking
mine's 3. Mine will be. I have an iPhone 13.
Yeah.
So getting the iPhone 16 will be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, my phone's only a year old.
It's nice because I think the 16 they should have gotten rid of the Lightning. It should all be on Type C.
Well, this is newer than I thought. I got a Galaxy S10, and that came out in 2019.
It's 5 years ago. That's not new, dude.
I've got the S23.
New enough.
But
my the back of my case. So I already threw away my case a long time ago. I haven't had a case for like 2 years. But the actual like back to the phone is starting to peel off. Like the glue is coming loose.
From your fucking pocket, bro, and all the sweat.
Yeah, stop sweating.
Sweaty ass fucking dude. That's what you should be.
Pussy.
Starting to peel away. So I can literally just take the back off of my phone right now.
What's another word for sweat? Just briskin?
Precipitation.
Human juice.
Persona is a hippo.
Juice. JBB juice basting.
Juice basting. He'd be juicing.
He'd be juice basting, baby. I see those armpits. He'd be juice basting, baby. All right.
The fuck does that mean?
You just sweat a lot. You juice basing, baby. Basing your own juices.
Motherfuckers are wild.
Yeah, I know. All right, cool. Cool. 3, 2, 1. You are listening to episode 161 of Paper Player. I'm your host, Tony, and I'm joined with a full crew. Hell yeah, full crew. That's what's up. We're one better than MTG Goldfish, and you might know them as the 3 Js, the 3 Stooges, Josh, Jeff, and JB.
What is this, a morning radio show?
Yeah, right. It sounds like every like male podcast.
You're gonna start like spamming the.
It's Blazer Bear actually. So get it straight.
Yeah.
JB and BB.
Can I be Franklin the Turtle?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these.
Paper player, it's stupid.
Yeah. Thanks, Marshall.
Paper player, it's stupid.
When we hit 10,000 followers, you better believe we're going to be getting the top 8 worst podcasts, which we are also on the top of the best podcast and also the bottom of the worst podcast. We are both because
Paper player, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It is dumb.
It is dumb. And then also we're going to be opening up the top 8 worst products, which I've had like a good amount of people say kind of all collectively the same thing, which is a pack of Homelands, a pack of Fallen Empires, this pack that you see right here, which is Magic 30th Anniversary, which we will be opening.
The whole box, all 4.
Yeah, of course. Aftermath. I mean, the real gamble is open up like Old Border Lotus and then sell the other 3 packs, right? That's like what you want to do.
Yeah.
But that's
yeah, but then you got proof on television, live TV.
That
the other
live from New York.
Yeah, well,
it's garbage packs.
Aftermath, Crimson Vow theme booster, specifically the red theme booster.
I really want to open Fallen Empire.
Dude, no, double feature was so much worse.
Double feature has like, it's rare. It's rare because it's not a lot of people have it.
Yeah, because
Well, and not a lot of people
that in
opened
the
it because
garbage
That's what I'm saying.
they thought it was gonna have like cards from all
You
of
get
Innistrad,
you
but it
get
was
the
just the new
blacked
ones.
out, you get the murdered out meat hook massacre, bro. That thing's like a lot of money.
Yeah, because no one opened the set.
That's it's the same thing with like that secret layer that has like the cat's the first one around because no one opened that secret layer. Somebody gave a shit about it. But yeah, we're gonna be doing the top 8 worst products, and I think I have like 2 more things to add to that. Dragon's Maze is up there because it's like pure bulk rares, and then Ice Age was like a consideration too because Ice Age is kind of a bad set.
They've got some real bad cards in there. It's so much fun.
Yeah, like one of the worst lands ever in there.
Icy Cauldron's so good.
They got Thawing
It's got a
Glaciers.
million lines of text. All it does is give something flash.
How much is Thawing? What do you think
Or
Thawing
instant.
Glaciers is worth?
Nothing.
$2.
Thawing?
Wait, hang on. Wait. Thawing Glaciers. It's not the card I thought it was. I'm
Yeah.
thinking Glacial Chasm.
Yeah. Thawing Glaciers is about $15. That's actually from
Yeah.
Alliances, not from Ice Age. I thought it was from Ice Age. Oh, here. Learned something new today. And then it has a judge promo. Is it reserve list? It's got to be, right? Part of the reserve
Yeah.
list, it is. Oh, okay. All right. Let's talk Magic because we don't really have too much. We have that Secret Layer info that came out, which is pretty cool. Secret Layer is nice. The Monty Python one. Shout out to the guy that did. Shout out to Joshua.
Idiot.
Yeah, dude. He's like, I reached out to him. He's like, everybody's been blowing up my phone today. Like, everybody's like, you're the guy. This is for you. This product was made for you. I should
Right.
just buy and send him one. Like, here you go, dude.
Right.
Wait, who?
You weren't there.
One of our first fight nights, the guy had a Monty Python themed EDH, and he had them like altered.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was
I
super
recently
cool.
sold. I opened a miscut pirate, and
Be right back.
I sold it to him.
Yeah,
Really?
the guy's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, dude's legit.
Out of Assassin's Creed pack, JB. And he let me buy.
Assassin's Creed
I
pack.
I sold it to him for $7, and I just bought another Assassin's Creed pack.
His name is Joshua Daniel Wilst.
Whoa. Hold on.
And let me just pop this up on the screen real quick.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Pop what up on the
Are
screen?
you fucking
Is-
doxing this?
Yeah,
Are
can
you
you, like,
doxing him, bro?
stop?
No. I'm showing this.
What are you doing? Here's his full name.
He's cool.
He's doxing him, bro.
This
Oh,
is
his
his,
yeah.
This is
Oh,
all the
Bigfoot.
Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't do it
Oh.
justice. Yeah, this thing's sick.
The Monty Python deck.
And all the shit that he's got.
Yeah, that's super
it's
cool.
He
Yeah.
dunked on us too.
Yeah, he did. This deck fucking
Did he?
rules. Yeah, he did.
Right?
Funny.
Yeah, he had like I don't know if he played with it, but this one, and he's also got like the original Timmy. That's so sick. And he kind of gets completed cycle with Timothy. Is it Timothy?
Wrath
Linder?
of God is so good. I want that Wrath of God.
Dude, his whole
When
thing.
they do that?
Yeah, his whole thing is rules. Like everything he's got here is just cool. Shout out to him.
Oh yeah, is that Sharpie?
What?
Probably.
The Tim?
Sorcerer?
Particle Sorcerer?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all altars. Like
No. I meant the border. Is that Sharpied or is it actually beta?
That's a great question.
I think it's Sharpied. It looks kind of gray on the side, but whatever. I don't care.
It could
It's
be
still great.
It could be alpha. Like the 2 is super faded, so it's hard to say. Anyways, shout out to him. He did a fight night with us. Dude rules, and his deck rules, and this product, I think as a collective, everybody loved. But before we get into all that, let's do you guys play Magic?
Nope. That's why I was like, I can't wait for the round table.
Yeah, dude. I
think we dropped the ball this week.
I played with my Fallout deck and I won a game,
hell yeah, dude.
and I felt really good about it because
Mm.
it's like a deck I have. One of the my new EDH strategy is to like have like a rule or like limitations, and like the limitation with the Fallout deck is that it has to have like a Fallout theme.
Yeah,
So it's
I
just
mean,
like
how you should
so
play
it's like all
EDH.
major land destruction. It's like all Armageddons and Ruination and
God.
Catastrophe,
Cha.
and then like a bunch
Everyone
of like
hates you.
aristocrat shit. Like every time I heard like Blood Artist and Vein Ripper and Massacre Girl, and shit like that.
Yeah,
Nice.
Josh is
Yeah.
like, I'm too strong.
It-
I got to use. I have to put
That's what
restrictions
I'm
on
saying.
myself. 1/10 of
Only
my
way to
power.
play EDH.
It's,
You ain't
if
doing it
people
that way,
like
you're doing it
If people
wrong.
like it, it's like fun. Like I had like war leaders call. I was popping off with shit like that, and then just like a bunch of tokens. Like
Yeah.
the deck is very good at like the long game.
Mm-hmm.
Is like it's like a bunch of like little dinky shit that like is just incremental damage or whatever,
For sure.
and like it all adds up after a while.
Oh, nice.
And like
Yeah, if you keep
and
wiping
I'm gonna
everyone's lands,
I'm going
they're
to
not gonna be
blow up
doing
all the
anything.
lands eventually, and then we're all starting over. So, and the commander's really good. The Kaisar or Caesar
Yeah.
uh,
Well, you can call him Kaisar because they call him Kaisar in
in the
game
game,
because they're
right?
just all like don't know English. like-
Uh
Just Kaisar.
huh. But yeah, it felt really good to win
Nice.
Nice.
with
That
the
is sick.
deck net.
Glad
I
you built a deck that was fun and not just power.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess like I guess no one's ever really complained about it. Like there's a lot of like people like to complain about like magic or mass land destruction, but
Oh, no, I
every
like
time
that.
every time I've played against it, people seem to like the deck. I've never had like anyone mad at me for playing that deck.
Yeah. If they are, they can just suck it, you know.
Right.
But sick, dude. Yeah. And then I know you were at a concert. No, you were at like a music festival. Sorry.
I went to a music festival. Yeah.
Yeah, for 2 weeks.
Ohio, and that's where I got my Persona hat.
Yeah.
Because it's a tie-dye bear, and my buddies were like, "Oh, I went to get the panda or whatever because it was on sale." They're like, "No, bro, you gotta get the tie-dye one because you're the tie-dye."
At least there's
So
I
here
feel
we
like I've heard this story.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. He just wants to let other people know
Hell
I was just kidding.
about how he came into his
No, I
persona.
have to put it in concrete, put it in writing.
Yeah.
So you're a furry?
Yeah.
Yep.
I always feel like calling someone a furry would be a bigger insult, but calling people homeschooled, like, were you homeschooled, is a way bigger insult. Like, you're like, hey, you're fucking weird. Were you homeschooled? It's like
This implies a
That's like what it
lot.
was. I saw the hat and I was like, "Oh, that'll be great for the podcast."
Yeah.
So here we are.
Hells yeah.
Congrats, Bloomburrow. You made my persona awaken.
It feels like Bloomburrow is so far away, yet like
Like
I've
this
been
week
brewing
that
standard
we talked
decks,
about.
so but yeah.
Like the pre-release is Friday. Like in
I
2
know,
days.
but the set was really the set was spoiled last week, so it's like it just feels forever. Like, God, fucking come on. I know.
You're telling me,
Like,
bro. I've been
yeah.
trying to avoid playing standard.
So like Bloomburrow comes out Friday, and then like in a month we get Dusk whatever
Is it really that quick?
September.
Shut up.
It's end of September,
Okay.
isn't it?
I mean, that's
2
okay.
months.
That's
Like
alright.
in a month we get spoilers.
Yeah. No kidding. That is. I didn't even think of that. That is a quick round. That's really fast turnaround time, which kind of blows, but whatever. All right. Sick. Jeff, did you get any magic in?
Nope.
Yeah. I just been
Like I said,
crafting.
I drafted a little bit, but I'm avoiding standard because like I'm gonna
None
hit
of
it
these guys
like
played any magic. Didn't get a
We just don't
persona.
even play Zog.
I'm just trying to like
We're
hold
terrible.
off because once the rotation happens, I'm gonna be playing like a shit ton of standard to get ready for the energy, and I don't want to burn myself out now playing a standard that's not gonna exist.
You want to trade seats? 'Cause
No.
It's gonna be not doing like the real quick with that energy that's coming up. It's right before the announced ban, so the
Really?
the
Oh, that's so
But they already
funny.
didn't they already announce that they're not making any changes on the 26th?
yeah, they're not. So I'm saying the energy that we're going to attend, that your legacy will be Grave Mirrors, modern will be Nadu Mirrors, and that standard will be fucking just the whatever standard form it
I'm
is.
super
Ripper?
hyped from standard
Ripper?
because one thing Bloomburrow has done is like there is a lot of extremely strong red cards,
Yeah, for sure. Like it
And-
feels pushed.
and that's my favorite color, obviously. So like it's gonna be my time to shine in standard again. And fuck not, dude. I don't want to touch modern, bro. Are you kidding me?
Not so fast, kid. No, we'll get into it. I think there's a card that's going to rain on every red deck player's parade.
Are you talking about that black creature?
No. There's a card that I think everybody's not. You know what? Not everybody. It's probably probably on people's radar, but it's probably one of those cards that you're just like, fuck this card. I'm sick of playing against this card. But
Is it the Thoughtseize card?
that card stinks. I like that people like that card though.
What? That card's good, dude. Are you kidding me?
You name in the history of time where a 2-minute Thoughtseize has ever been good.
Do not know what.
Antonio, when you need him.
Yeah.
No, there
Q?
was that one card that's.
Yeah,
It was
black and
one
one.
in a black.
Yeah, I remember.
It was like something agony.
Yeah, yeah,
Agonizing remorse.
yeah. That
Yes, that card was
stinks.
a 4 of
There was
in
also that
multiple
thought
decks.
erasure. Thought erasure.
Yes, Thought Erasure also saw major play.
Yeah, it did.
Doubtful. I remember Antonio building those decks, and he was just jamming those cards, and I just couldn't
Oh,
stop
I'm not
laughing.
even referring to him.
I
I'm
know,
saying,
but
like,
those cards stunk.
Also, like, to be fair, Tony,
Alright.
when is the last time, like, I know you look at lists and stuff like that, but when is the last time you actually, like, put major effort into playing standard?
Probably when the last Ravnica came out, which was when that card was big, Thought Erasure.
Yeah, Guilds of Ravnica.
Yep, and then also during Amonkhet is when that Agony card came out, right?
I thought that was after that.
Agonizing Remorse. Let's see.
I know in Strixhaven it had
Oh, I played a lot.
archive or whatever.
Remorse. Let's see when that came out. Agonizing Remorse. Yeah, that came out. Yeah, it came out in Theros Beyond Death.
Arrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I don't. I firmly remember everybody was.
I'm the only one that played that card.
Yeah, so when this card existed, right? Let me take you through a timeline. We came off of Oko, so
Yep.
this card was a joke, and then Uro came in that same set, and Elspeth came in that same set, and they both made a joke. Like, don't get me wrong, people mistakenly played this card. It wasn't good, but people did try because people were like Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize has only ever been good at 1 mana, never at 2 mana, and every time they make a 2-mana Thoughtseize, it's just comical. People try to play it. What was the other one? Thought Erasure?
Thought Erasure.
Yeah, I don't.
That one like comboed with the Surveil stuff.
Yeah, there was that blue-white or blue-black and one enchantment.
The bug.
Yeah, that was like, but that wasn't. Nobody played that in
distribution campaign.
Nobody played that in standard. Like,
Uh-huh.
not
Yeah.
the campaign. Like that was.
Oh, I get
yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah. Nobody played that. The disfit information or the whatever. Nobody played that shit.
And the bug.
Yeah, but
Bug. Dimir Spy Bug.
I don't think anybody played that either.
No, that card was good.
All right. Yeah, but so we can go right. I guess nobody else played Magic, so we can go right into this.
What's your persona, Tony?
This guy right here, the fucking sweat, the flop
What's his
sweat.
name? What's his name? Blake.
Blake, yeah.
Who do I?
He's like, there is no need to ban Legacy or Modern as of right now. It's like, bro,
Grief needs to go.
Grief and Nadu, people
It's
are
so
fucking,
funny.
people are done with it. And there are arguments like, well, we don't want to ruin the purchases of people's cards, and then we also don't want to ruin people testing for events. And it's like, okay, well, everybody agrees that this sucks, and they would like to try to test for the decks that are coming after the bans right now. Like, nobody wants to do this. And Legacy, believe me, they'll recover. Like, Orcish Bowmaster will find a home. So, yeah, I don't know. This was...
Yeah, but Grief is the card that really needs to go.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, when Grief goes, like, anybody who bought Griefs, which are $40 for a playset now, and Nadus are $3.99.
No, they're not. Grief is like $7 right now.
Oh, so even lower than this was 30. It's okay. I thought it was a little bit. I was giving it $10 a card. I didn't say 48 a card. I mean, like, for a playset, $48. But okay, same ballpark. Yeah. No one's taking a hit on Griefs, and if you've invested into Underground Seas, guess what? You'll be able to play other decks because Underground Seas is a forever card.
Still good.
Yeah, it's
Will always be good.
So as far as that goes, your purchase isn't really going to be hurt, and the Nadu decks are pretty fucking
$13.
basic. Yeah. So, after
And
this,
Nadu's price history is crazy. It was like it started at like $20. Now it's like $4.
Yeah.
At best.
Yeah.
3.
Still making a terror on CDH though. It's pretty bad. I sent you guys that one photo that was quite funny. Which was the guy who.
Good thing anyone with like a decent brain doesn't play CEDH.
Well, you'd be surprised because I always say CDH is poop, and everybody's like, "No, it's not.
You're wrong.
It's the
Yeah.
best. You can't handle.
whatever.
You can't
I
handle.
stand by my
You can't handle complex board states. Huh? Double the board states must be hard." It's like, shut the fuck up, you idiot. Nobody has ever thought that ever. CDH is clown world, baby. But yeah, trying to pull up this photo real quick. But yeah, they need to do a ban. Everybody knows that. Unfortunately, stores that need what's it called, to keep their WPM premium status can't run unsanctioned events, because if you were to like ban Grief from your legacy event or ban Nadu from your modern event, you can't run it sanctioned. But yeah, this guy's just reading a book as this guy's not doing. like my god. Yeah. All right. But let's go into the secret layers. This thing was fucking pretty sick. This is probably the best dismember, Josh. I think you need to buy this dismember.
No.
It's tough, dude. Dismember's got, I think out of all the cards that have ever existed in the history of Magic, I think Dismember has the sickest art. Like
I have like
the
the
variety of it.
retro. I have like the retro foil one.
Yeah, that one's pretty good too. Dismember.
It's like $60.
Yeah.
I'm remastered.
So the FNM promo is great. The original one is also just like super sick. Like I never understood what this creature was. Then they had
That one. I have the retro.
The Phyrexian one's pretty cool too.
Frex one's great. This full art one is too. Or
I like that one too.
and then this
Poster.
the special guest one looks really sick. And then
Where they're like pulling them apart.
yeah, dude. It's
Dude,
it's got a good collection of art, like by far.
Is But a Scratch is probably the best like alternate card for Dismember I think ever. Like I don't think you could have picked a
I mean, come
it's
on,
just but
man.
a flesh wound.
It's a scratch your arms off. Like, come on, that's fucking brilliant.
Have you ever watched that movie, Tony?
Click on the time.
I know of the I've never seen it from start
I
to
mean,
finish.
he hasn't.
No, I haven't. But everybody quotes this shit all the time. and
Yeah.
It's like being in nerd culture. Well, let's ask
You
you
already
guys.
know half of the movie because you've heard
Yeah.
it through. It's
That's
kind of like Star Wars. You've seen all of it by, references through a million different media things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's like other than Star Wars? Is there anything that you guys have never seen but has absorbed and know of it through nerd culture?
I would say that's like, I mean, there's some that like you have chunks.
You gotta think of like
I
most-
honestly
think
can't
there's
think
any-
of
One
anything.
Piece. One Piece.
No, I don't
that's
know
fair.
shit about One
I haven't-
Piece.
One
I
Piece
know
is
stuff
growing.
about One Piece, but I've never watched that show.
Yeah.
Or correction, I watched like the first like 4 episodes. I was like, I can't do this.
I haven't
Yeah.
watched any One
I
Piece,
can't.
but
Like
know
I know
it's really
I've seen probably 3 episodes of My Hero Academia, but I know of all the goddamn characters because I
Love that show.
yeah, like Deku and Blast Boy or whatever the hell his name is, and All Might.
Blast Boy.
Well, the rival to Deku or whatever his name is, Blast Boy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
what his
Blast
real
Boy.
name- yeah, him.
Well, to be
Got
fair,
it.
he wanted his name to be Murder Death Guy. But
Yeah, and
they
then-
wouldn't let him.
And then there's Frog
Is that
Girl.
really true?
Froppy.
Frog. Yeah. But that's a
Click
big
on
one.
the Time Spiral remastered one.
Say it again.
Click
Time
on the
Spiral
Time Spiral
Remastered.
remastered one.
Old border. It's just
the
old border.
I want to see what the price is on the foil though.
Oh,
Tell you. No.
80.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I got it at like
Yeah.
50.
It's a really good one. Like it's the old border, like the old border black with like those like bubbles around just looks so sick. It's just
Right, I tried
I
it.
like that it's stuck to the theme of the original picture too.
No, that's the
Oh,
FNM
it's the
promo.
same as the FNM promo. I
It's
didn't
the
know
FNM
that.
promo.
yeah. Yeah, that's sick. I wish I would have went with this art. I really like that art is iconic. When this card first came out, it was fucked
I
up.
like that one.
It was like in every
yeah.
single deck ever because it was just like
I mean,
you can splash it.
And
Yep.
you can kill anything. Literally anything.
to this day, Tron still plays this in the board.
Oh yeah. You got a problem with Nadu? Bop. Hey, draw your card. But yeah,
That's a terrible trade for life, and they draw a card or get a land.
I think it's a pretty good trade because you would die otherwise. Like it's either.
I mean, fair.
It's like
But
you do
if
lose.
that's your way out, you're
Yeah.
already in a bad fucking position.
Hey, you don't have to tell me. I got it. Like I'm just building a Nadu breaker deck, and then I'll have a 15 card sideboard card that brings it to a regular Nadu deck. Like so, like in game, like a regular Nadu deck, so I can just beat the rest of the field. But right now on the screen, I'm showing Tim the Enchanter, which is Prodigal Sorcerer.
I like how it's fucking Prodigal Sorcerer.
It's great. So there's a story behind this. I don't know the full thing, but apparently, like Tim the Enchanter and Prodigal Sorcerer are like one and the same. That's where those guys work together. So like that's I didn't know that, and they obviously blew that up way more. That's kind of
That's
called
why
that.
I said it's funny that they actually did it in the secret layer.
Bring out your dead.
Oh, yeah, Buried Alive. Great.
Too bad this card just got reprinted
Yep, and he got hit again.
at uncommon.
So this, I will say this, based on the feedback that we got on our post on our page, this secret layer, especially because it's not printed demand, there's a limited.
Dude,
quantity.
it's gonna sell out immediately, and
If
it's
you-
gonna be $1 bajillion.
If you're not ready for it, you're gonna miss it. So like if like there's that, you can go to the website and get alert. You just get alerted about it and you get ready because you don't miss.
Do we know when it's supposed to drop?
Yeah, it says on their website. You just got to go to it.
I like this one where it's a double-sided Birds of Paradise. I
Yeah,
want this.
where it says African swallow, and then the other side is
European.
European swallow, which I don't know the reference.
There's
It's
like
the
a
troll.
long argument. There's like a long argument. In
Well, it's
the
not even
thing
the
about
troll asks if the bird like flying at a certain speed when it would reach somewhere, and then the guy goes, "Do you mean an African swallow or a European?" And then the troll can't answer, and it blows up.
Right.
Because if you don't answer his question, you blow up.
Of an unladen swallow.
All right. 666.
I kind of wish they would have put holy hand grenade in here.
I know. I saw a
That's gonna
bunch of
be
people
that's
asking
gonna
for
be
it,
the
but how do
bonus
you?
card.
No,
That's gonna be
the,
How do
the,
you
bonus,
put it
the
in there? What
bonus
do you put
card
it
is
in?
so easy, you guys. I can't believe it's
gonna be
it's-
holy game grenade.
no, it's not gonna be
It's
holy hand
100%.
grenade. I thought no, it's gonna be maybe we'll do two, maybe it'll be holy hand grenade,
Or
but
the
It'd
rabbit.
be Kenrith.
It's
nobody
it's too-
expects the Spanish Inquisition of Kozilek.
Oh, that's
That's funny.
true. Oh, that'd be so good.
It would be the Inquisition. You dum dums. No
I
one.
dude. I really want that Dark Depths.
Oh yeah.
I really want the Dark Depths.
We
'cause
want
I
the
like
shrubbery.
That's like, there's like a bunch of this stuff that gets repeated ad nauseum, right?
Yes.
But I feel like people don't talk about Castle Arg very often, and I
Castle
like that. Yeah, it's just like someone dying
The
and writing
token
on
is
the
so
wall.
great.
Yeah, the token is fucking great. Run away, run away. Like this. I
I
mean,
don't know. That scene's good. I like that scene.
so this is like a better version of the Princess Bride. I think this is more culturally.
Nah, I like the Princess.
wouldn't
Bride
say
more. Don't even
better.
give me that. In terms of like the cards,
Not enough
yes.
people have seen the Princess Bride.
I
what
like the
we- is
Princess
what we
Bride
learned
more.
From that.
Oh, you do? Okay. I was gonna
100%.
assume that everybody like I think what they were doing like with this here and the prince like what they're doing with the Princess Bride. I think like those are
Just like cult classics and nerd
Yeah.
communities.
but they're just like
Which is
great
good.
callbacks and they kind of feed into the
This
lore.
way, we're gonna get Labyrinth. With,
And this is
David
how-
Bowie as Goblin King.
I was about to say, this is how they ease us into the Fortnite Battle Pass in Magic, and we start getting trash cards that nobody wants because somebody wants them, but all the old nerds are like, get this garbage out of here. And they're like, wait, actually, the universe is beyond. Maybe not so bad. Maybe not so bad.
So like what like 90s video game do you need it to be so it's a slam dunk?
Mortal
90s
Kombat?
video game.
Yeah.
Besides Pokemon, because that'll never happen.
Yeah, that's
Mortal
unfortunate.
Kombat is like,
Twisted Metal.
Ooh,
no.
Twisted
that
Metal would be
isn't-
cool.
not
That's pretty good. They have vehicles. Like
Oh, are you
crazy.
kidding
do
me,
have
JB?
vehicles.
Twisted Metal is extremely popular.
Yeah, does
I
Axel?
don't know, man.
What would Axel be? He's both vehicle
Two
and
They
man.
would all be vehicles.
Yeah.
Like, obviously.
Sweet Tooth it would just be the best. Vehicles.
I feel like
Warhog
an
is
easy
cool.
one. An easy one is like you just get Mortal Kombat because it's
Pyro
like
the
super
Driver.
well known, was very like in the media, and that's my
Mortal Kombat
problem.
would
Is
be-
like Twisted Metal wasn't like in the media. It wasn't as known
They have a
to
TV
like
show.
yeah,
a
would be
general
good.
populace,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have a
Isn't there like a-
TV show about
There's a
it.
TV
I
show,
guess.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and no one watched it. Everyone said it was garbage. So
It's
No,
getting a second season, so
it's-
enough people had to have watched it.
I watched it and it was pretty faithful to the like the like how dumb it is. Like how dumb the
Game.
video game, they didn't try to like make it like, let's make this super serious, like we're DC Universe and everything's dark as fucking serious.
Yeah, we're killing each other, bro, for money.
It was kind of like ham-fisted funny, like Sweet Tooth, the
Which
character
was
is
great.
good.
He's just a magician.
Yeah,
He just runs around and casts spells all day long.
but
But as far as 90s like video game, I don't. Spiral would actually be fucking cool. I'd be
That'd
cool
be
with
good.
something like that, or like Crash
Is that-
Bandicoot.
Yeah, that is 90s. It's late 90s. I was gonna say, is that early?
Spiral.
2000s?
That's original PlayStation, bro.
Yeah,
They ju-
97 or something.
they just need to do like
Crash
PS1.
Bandicoot. Crash
Yeah.
Bandicoot
I was
feature
gonna
there.
When I think of Spiral,
Sonic would be cool.
Yeah, but that's owned by Nintendo now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't care. They'll sell out their licenses.
Yeah, they do that. I mean,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Space Jam.
I really
Not
just
Space Jam, but NBA Jam would be cool. Like big head mode, bro.
yeah, yeah.
He's on fire. The card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From downtown. Yeah. Just
What
all
about
those.
a Power Ranger seeker there?
Oh, that'd be cool too.
That one would sell pretty good.
I think it
Ninja
would.
Turtles would
I like
sell
how you
really
say
good.
sell pretty good when you know all of these are basically gonna sell out every time.
The Power
Yeah.
Rangers one?
Even
I
if
think
they're
it would
utter
100%.
trash.
They
they'll
get like
all
a
sell
shit
out.
ton of followers still, like
Yeah, people
at
go to
conventions
cons
and
to,
shit like that.
to
Yeah.
meet-
I mean,
to
the
meet,
number-
like, the originals and stuff.
I would say like there's two IPs that would probably sell the most out of every secret layer ever that would blow them out of the water, which I think number one would be WWF. Like WWE.
Oh my god.
That would sell the fuck out. Like people would play it. Like come on. And then
My fucking.
Pokemon.
There was some post I saw from
Pokemon,
a
yeah.
Twitter.
I was gonna say
there's, like,
Warcraft, but yeah.
There's some really old image that's like all of the legends fighting one another, and it's just like a bunch of like various characters from over the years in nerd culture and like dork culture or whatever, like,
Yeah.
and The Rock is on there or whatever. So someone's like, they have 6 out of 30 of these characters. Is there a day in the future where we'll be able to battle all of these characters?
Yeah.
This is like a bunch of goofy ass shit.
I think the thing that would sell out the most is already going to be made, and I think that's actually Marvel.
Yeah.
I think Marvel would sell better than
Spider-Man,
any other IP in Magic.
Spider-Man. The
Yeah.
Spider-Man card is going to be the most. It's going to be better.
Everyone in the
Yeah.
world
Yeah.
knows
It will
what
be
Marvel
bigger
is.
than
That's
the
you're
one
right.
ring.
You're
Marvel,
right.
baby.
You're right.
Whatever the Spider-Man card is going to be like bigger than the One Ring.
Yeah.
Nah.
If it's good, yes.
If it's
If
good,
it's a
if it's good,
trash
it should be,
card,
it should
no.
be. Like if they,
Nah,
if they're
it's-
like if they have any common sense, the Spider-Man card's got to be better than the One Ring.
You think it's the Spider-Man card though? I think it's gonna be
Iron Man and Captain America.
no. It's the
Spider-Man's way
the
better than both of
gauntlet
those
of power. That's
Gauntlet,
like
yeah,
the
Tony
gauntlet.
was right.
The
Oh,
gauntlet.
the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah,
the
and then
stones,
do one of
you know?
one of each stone.
That's what. No, see, I think the Infinity Gauntlet itself should be the one of one. And you know how they did the soul rings with the different languages from Lord of the Rings,
Do
and they
6 of
were
them?
yeah, do the 6 rings, and then you have those be like 150 of each of those.
Yeah, but I agree. Like people are gonna want. Well, the downside is you won't be able to play them all in the same deck. So the idea
They'll be artifacts. Why not?
you can't have 6 soul rings in your deck.
No, I'm not saying they need to be soul rings specific.
Oh,
I was
sure.
using that
Mana
as an
rocks, mana rocks,
example.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they already have a shitty 2-mana Mind Stone. Get it an official Mind Stone.
By
Sack
the
draw
way,
card.
if the white card that you showed on the screen is the thing you think that's going to stop red, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Because there's a red drop 4-drop red card that says you can't gain life.
Yeah, you won't be
Yeah,
seeing
yeah,
that,
you're
that card.
talking
That
about
card
the
won't be seeing play.
Price
Don't
of
you worry.
progress.
What?
Huge spend.
It's price of No, dude, are you kidding me?
It won't be seeing play. Not in this house.
That card
Not in
is so good.
this house.
Yeah. So we'll go into Bloomburrow. There's also other secret layers. We'll circle back to those. I don't want to talk about
Yeah.
Bloomburrow, but
Let's talk about the furries.
Hell yeah!
these are all the cards I think that are gonna make impacts on one or various formats. I think.
I'm not reading all that.
No, nobody is. But the one is that I have on the screen now is Beza the Bounding Spring, which is white 2 for a legendary creature, Elemental Elk, which is a 4/5. Great stat line already there. Shieldred stat line, by the way. And then when Beza the Bounding Spring enters, create a treasure token. If an opponent controls more lands than you, gain 4 life. If your opponent controls more life than you, create 2 blue fish tokens. If an opponent controls more creatures than you, and draw a card if an opponent has more cards than you. So, yeah, it's a pretty good. it's like timely reinforcements.
But it has a floor of
4/5.
actually being a creature, unlike Timely, if you draw it and can't
Yeah.
activate it.
Yeah.
But it also costs 4 mana.
Yeah, but it's a 4/5 in standard.
It's 4/5, 2 bodies, 4 life, draw a card, treasure. Like, so on the draw.
3 bodies.
Say it again. Yeah, it's it plus 2. Yes. On the play, it's solid because you can draw a card out of it. So like a 4/5 that draws a card and maybe gains life is great. Yeah, it's a good comeback mechanic, and just being able to put 3 bodies, especially one of them being a 4/5, which is huge. It's pretty big. Yeah, I think this card will be great in standard with all the aggro decks running around. If there's going to be a mid-range deck or a control deck, this is its best friend. You're just going to want a lot of these. And
Yeah, I do think we're going to fall back to more of a 2-color monocolor format now that the tri-lands are gone.
Yep.
Because now you have to rely on pain lands and fast lands and surveil lands, so it slows down and it makes mana base. I don't think Domain is going to be a deck anymore.
Yep. Oddly enough, this doesn't. Yeah, I agree with that. Oddly enough, this card does not fit with like a ramp style deck because the only thing it would get you back in ramp style would be a draw card, which 4 mana 4/5 draw cards like really not what you're trying to play. So this fits into like a mid range deck where it's like
Or control even.
yeah, control too. It just this card it feels too slow for control. I'm going to try it, but if if you can like temporary lockdown, then pass a
Because you're
turn
not-
and let
I was
them.
about to say you're not like tempoing, right?
Yeah, they have to
You're
have
not
2.
trying to tempo with that.
Yeah, like if they have one creature, you don't get the 2/1/1s, which kind of stinks. But like the other modes are kind of nice too. And if you're playing against aggro deck and you're mid range, like it's gonna be hard for you to draw a card. So like this is gonna fit in mid range the best because it's gonna play how you want it against control decks, and it's gonna play how you want it against aggro decks. It's gonna be kind of that realm. Whereas control decks kind of don't want to do one thing. They're always gonna have infinite cards in their hand, so they're never gonna get the draw aspect of it. They're really just playing it for the timely reinforcement portion of it, and then the
And you get a bonus card.
But yeah, I think, but you still have to. I am aware that like Slick Shot is still in the format, and that card's going to be just like the bane of a lot
It's
of.
so good.
Yeah, it's like truly it's time to like shine. So, and we're losing a lot of like solid removal, so things are kind of stepping back. So.
What solid removal? You get to keep everything that's being played. You get to keep Go for the Throat. You get to keep Cut Down, and you get to keep Temporary Lockdown.
Oh, I thought the burn.
Oh, Tony's getting called out.
I thought burn was temporary lockdown sorcery, so it's not very good against it because usually
No, but
usually you
Go
plot
for
it.
the Throat was in Brothers War.
Yeah, and if there's a Dimir control deck, sure. And I think Rakdos will go away. I think Rakdos is going to be a lizard, so they're probably not going to be wanting to play spot removal.
Dude, that one drop does seem nice.
It's just
not in standard.
yeah. And then I don't think there's going to be a black-white control deck because I think that's the bait deck of the format. Because gaining life is really fun, but it's really bad.
Yep.
And you can't. I don't think there's an Esper deck that exists out there right now, and that would be willing to play the Go for the Throat against. I guess if I guess there is Shielder decks, so that's fair. Okay. Yeah.
Especially with like Rafine going away with like most of your lands, that deck just becomes worse.
Yeah, you go straight black. All right, the next card I have on the screen is Starfall Invocation, which is a 5-mana sorcery, and it has the ability called Gift a Card, which you can promise a opponent a card, and then destroy all creatures. If a gift was promised, return a creature card put into your graveyard this way onto the battlefield under your control. Seems great.
Destroy all the stuff,
Yeah.
bring your guy back.
Well, yeah, so you get to bring a Baneslayer back.
If you give your opponent a card.
Yeah. And then 5 mana is Wrath.
I mean, we still have Sunfall, so I don't think this sees play over Sunfall.
Yeah, I agree. Like, unless you...
Also, like,
Yeah.
every time I look at the gift mechanic and I'm like, oh, it's just one card. That really is a lot nowadays, like, because everything is like an Avenger level threat. So like,
Bro, the artwork is a meme.
Yeah, the wolves bang.
It's the 3 wolf.
Yeah. Yeah. But when Sunfall rotates out,
Holy
this
shit.
is something that will probably pick up its place. That's all.
agreed.
Every set is a fucking unset now.
Yeah. And yes. And then also after rotation, there's not a lot of good planeswalkers. Like the Wandering Emperor goes away, which is really big.
Thank God.
That thing. Yeah, and then like the next best planeswalker is the 4-mana Jace, and I was like, ooh, planeswalkers have just kind of stunk, and they're getting like they're not intrinsically good in EDH, so I understand why they're getting away from that design.
I'm so glad to be gone.
And
with
they
the
think battles are
Well, they did battles
battles
once.
do you play?
in
Yeah.
EDH.
Oh, in EDH probably not.
No, 0 play.
Just
the green
There'd be
one.
like 2 of them.
Just
Yeah,
the green
there's
one.
the
Green Sun
The-
Zenith.
the explosive-
land one.
there's the
land
explosive vegetation one and the Green Sun Zenith one.
That's it. All right. Kitsa Otter Ball Elite, which is a 1/2.
one.
or
Yeah,
so-
there's another. I'm not reading all that.
it's a 2 mana, 1 in a blue vigilance legendary creature. It has prowess or prowess, as Jeff would say. It's a 1/3. It's a looter, so
Prowess.
just to tap to draw a card and then discard a card, and then it has like some cute other thing where it's copy target instant or sorcery. You may choose a new target for that for the copy. Activate only if Kitsa's power is 3 or greater.
3 or greater.
Yeah.
I think this card has potential in more than just standard.
I approve of the use of Prowless only on the Otter.
Prowless, yeah.
They be prowling.
Because it makes, yeah.
Maybe prowling. The hating.
I think what makes this card actually
good.
good, like I think this card would be nowhere near as good if it didn't have vigilance.
Yeah, of
Like
course
this
it would.
vigilance makes this card so like this seems really pushed.
Yep. It's a mythic. This doesn't
Like,
feel good. This is gonna be like
You
a
swing,
$20 mythic.
cast like one spell that like pumps it, and then you get to pay 2 and tap and copy that spell again. So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I
This
think
is
the
kind of
downside
what
would
you need a set of.
this card the downside is legacy, so it doesn't work. Or sorry, it's legendary, so it doesn't
Legendary, agreed.
Yeah, thanks, Bo. Yeah, so it's legendary. So like, why Monetary Swift Spear is good and Soulscar Mage and Slick Shot and all those cards is because when you have like 3 of them, every bolt feels like it does 6 damage, whereas this is +1 to all your burn. But I don't even know if burn wants to play this, and the looting is what's nice about it. So
I like this better than I like fucking Ledger Shredder. I never liked that card.
yeah, Ledger Shredder flies though, and it also the text on Ledger Shredder is kind of ridiculous that it counts your opponent. Like your opponent played 2
Yeah,
spells, so it's like,
agreed.
what the fuck? Like, yeah. Yeah, this card's solid. Plummeted Escort. I definitely did not see this card the first time around, but this is probably
This card's gross.
yeah. I think this is good in like EDH. It protects your commander. And it's really cheap. And 2 mana,
Oh, yeah.
flash, flying, and then when it enters the battlefield, target creature you control gains hexproof to under turn, and it's a 2/1. So, solid stats for 2 mana at protecting your Shieldred.
Blank stuff.
Yep.
Removal spell. Yeah.
And then you can play it with cards like Ephemerate, things like that.
Mhm.
So, pretty sick. I don't know if there's gonna be a blue-white bird deck, but if it is,
Bird.
probably gonna play this. All right, Season of Weaving, which is blue 4. It's one of those cards that have a lot of paws on it, but you gain 5 paws, and then you can use any mode as many times as you like, as long as you have the paws for it. So first paw is draw a card. Double paw is choose a artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy of it, and the third one is triple paw. Return each non-land token permanent to its non-land non-token permanent to its owner's hand. So
Rip.
I didn't read the token part of it. I didn't realize you can copy like a creature of yours and make a token of it and not bounce that creature.
Yep.
I didn't realize that the first time around. Also, just 6 minute draw 5 is pretty goddamn sick.
I think this card is mids.
Probably mids.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're referring to EDH, because like in EDH everything can like be made to be good, but I don't like what plays this in standard.
That's a good question. Nothing. It's just EDH Cyclonic Rift.
No, I agree. Like in EDH, I think this card is very good. I don't
Yeah.
think this is playing like a constructed 60 card format.
No, it's probably bad. By that I mean it's probably just bad. It's just like a fun card. All right, and this is the last one I think for blue, which is Thunder Trap Trainer, which is blue and a 1 for a 1/2 with Offspring. So if you spend it, and it has Offspring 4, so if you spend 4 additional mana, you get a 1/1 token copy of it. And then when this enters the battlefield, you look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from amongst them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom. So Augur Bolas was like a heavy player, and unless you were me, which was always unlucky with Augur Bolas, because that card read for me. Look at the top 3 cards and put them in the bottom. Never. I think it was. Did it put it in the graveyard? I don't remember where Augur Bolas. Yeah.
Or maybe it did.
I gotta look it up now. I can't remember. I played that card when it was an M13. Of Bolas. I spelled the Bolos.
Does this card really need to be a rare though?
Yeah, I didn't feel that way either. Yeah, so this
What do you guys think of Offspring?
pretty good
I
actually.
think it's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Kicker.
just kicker. Yeah.
Yeah, I played the hell out of this card. There was a Demir deck that played this, a Demir aggro deck that played this. And this only looks at 3. The other card looks at 4. And this one only gets instant sorceries. This one can actually grab enchantments,
And
artifacts. Like that's
or non-creature non-land.
yeah. So it
you
definitely
Planeswalkers
Yeah.
You get 2 of them.
yeah. I mean 6
for
mana is
6
steep.
mana.
6 mana is steep, but it's definitely gonna be your best top deck. You're like 6 mana to get 2 creatures for blockers and look at 8 cards deep. Like, come on, bro. It's like a dig through time.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah, this one's nice. Even on like curve, like 1 mana tap land, because a lot of the mana base, unless you're playing like the pain lands, which boy, those are gonna hurt. You have fast lands and pain lands, and then everything kind of comes into play tapped after that for duels. Definitely want to lead off with a turn 1 duel, turn 2 on tap land, do something, which I think why mono
Mirix
red
is
decks.
about to see even more play now.
Yeah, I agree.
I was about to say that one creature you were showing off, the white creature. Perfect. I'll
Yeah.
just tap land myself down a bit, or pain land myself down a bit, and then play this guy to gain a bunch of life.
Oh yeah. So here's the card I think we were talking about earlier, which is Cruel Claw's Heist, which is black, and then you can gift a card. Target opponent reveals their hand. You may you may choose a non-land card from their exile it. If a gift was promised, you may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast it. Double black is so goddamn rough.
I will give you that, but I still think this card is actually good. By the way, I looked at it after we talked about it. Agonizing Remorse has 445 pages, the top 32ing when it was in standard.
What does that even mean?
It means
It was
that
good.
when it
good.
was in standard, it topped 32 enough tournaments to fill up 445 pages on
MTG top 8.
MTG top 8.
All right,
yeah.
I stand corrected. I thought that card stunk. I can't remember.
It was in Blue Black Mill in standard.
There's a blue black mill deck in standard.
Yeah. But like I don't think this card will be maybe Pioneer, I highly doubt it. But like for this to exist there has to be like a black heavy deck in the format. And that I think will dictate if this card is good or not. Like if there's a deck that can support like mono black or like black white, if black white turns out to be good,
Yeah.
I think then it can be played, but you're not going to see this in like black white or black blue or something like that.
I'm trying to remember if there's another card that had the same effect that we had recently. I think there
That where
was.
if you exile it, you can cast it.
Yeah, I mean Gonti does that for 4 mana, but that was old.
I know there's that creature that was blue black and 1 that when it hit your opponent, you looked at the top 2 and you could exile 1 face down and cast it.
Thief. Well, that one Thief. There was Thief of Sanity, and then there was Nightvale Spectre, which both were solid
Dude,
cards.
Nightveil Spectre was sick.
It was so bad until the rotation, and then when Devotion became a thing, like
It was
all
so
those,
good.
Like Boros, all those cards got good all of a sudden because you needed triple
Yep.
Devotion. Yeah, R.I.P. Gary. Maybe this will see play. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like, imagine this card in your 60 against any of the culmination of aggro decks that are going to be thrashing, and you just
Oh,
cannot.
I
you just
agree.
cannot. You just can't. Like, and even against control decks, like, I don't even know what you take because all the good planeswalkers are kind of leaving. So you're like, what win condition are you?
Well, it's
gonna
like you take the counter or what the counter that's going to stop you from doing your turn 3 play.
Sure, and then you can hold up that counter to get them. Yeah, I guess that's somewhat solid. But yeah,
But yeah, I think against like a mid-range deck, I think it'd be fine. Aggro, I agree, because like you're just gonna draw them another creature that they're gonna play anyways, because you're most likely going to pick a creature. It could just turn out to be a sideboardable card, if anything.
Yeah.
Because like there are cards now that see play that I do believe look at your opponent's hand. Like I mean, duress is obviously 1 mana, but
Well, the one mana, like
like
that's what makes those cards good. Is it's
Mhm.
the one mana being like, all right, I want to see your hand clear the way for my next
for my
things.
turn 2.
So you basically add kick or draw all your spells to do
Yeah.
that. You know, like Thoughtseize is unique in its own sense, just because it gets, you know,
Anything but a land.
it's so good. Game one in the dark, like let me see your hand. I have information in your hand. I can now decide exactly how I'm going to play the rest of this game. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
whereas I don't know, maybe this will or will not.
It's also
Star-
really punishing to people who are like, I'm going to keep this
like this
iffy
card.
hand that relies on one card. And you're like, you lose.
Oh, you kept the
like this
5-lander? Whoops. Yeah.
This
It
card's
just
trash.
punishes bad players. It's
Mondo
great.
Bob.
I love Thoughtseize.
3 mana, 2/3 flyer that has the Bob effect. So you reveal the top card of your library. You lose life equal to its CMC. And then it has offspring for 1. So for 4 mana, you can get a 1/1 flyer, a 2/3 flyer that has double or that have Bob effect. So I don't know what your deck would have to look like to want 2 Bobs. Those have always been the riskiest players in the world. But you better be, this better be the only 3-drop in your deck, and the rest of your cards should be 2 and under if you want to stay alive.
The rest of
long
your
enough.
cards need to cost 0, because if we're talking about how aggro is going to be like super popular, if this is your turn 4 play, you are dying.
You're losing. Yeah.
You're
Well,
dying. 'Cause your
Yeah.
opponent's hitting you for 4 more damage, and you're going to reveal like 2 2-drops and be dead.
I mean, you're just double blocking at that point. But yeah, I agree.
I like
Alright.
this card though.
This one, Darkstar Augur.
No, the Bob on a.
Yeah, that's
I
what
like.
it
I
is.
don't know. I just like the card and the flavor or whatever.
Yeah.
It's cool.
You just like saying 2 Bobs.
I love
Yep.
this card.
Yeah. How do you say this first word?
Iridescent.
Iridescent.
Iridescent Mind Lasher.
What does iridescent mean?
Like,
Like
oh, it looks like
glowing
an opal. It
shines.
looks like yeah, when you have shine a light on it, it looks kind of like an opal.
Really?
You
Okay.
know what opal? Yeah, it like or like if you shine a light on the back of a beetle.
Yeah, iridescent is that like oily look.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like yeah.
All right, so Iridescent Vine Lasher, black for a 1/2 with Offspring 2, and then it just has landfall whenever a land enters. This creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. So for 1 mana,
Wow,
yeah,
this is a good card.
it is pretty good. It's good top deck and it's good on turn 1. It's good in multiple stages of the game. It turns into like a
Oh, it's
baby.
target opponent. That card sucks. Never mind. Changed my mind.
What do you want each opponent?
Yep.
Yeah, you fucking troll.
That's how I went. Like all my
That's what-
EDH decks are like that.
Yeah,
Like,
every-
it's
Glad
like-
they're
Well,
not
think about it,
printing every
Josh. That's
card
why
with
you
that.
offering, because then you can hit at least 2 players.
Yeah, bitch. But yeah.
No, this card's bad.
Offspring. Mainly there's a couple fetches that we have. We have, I think, is Terramorphic Expanse and all will be 1, or is it Evolving Wilds? There's Evolving Wilds. There's Fable
I
Passage.
think
coming
both
back.
are in the formats, but
Yep.
we get Fable Passage in this set too.
So the double up on those is pretty nice.
Like the
The Battle Seas play too.
Capenna the Capenna lands.
Yep. Well, those are
Those
gone.
are rotating.
Those are rotating.
Boo.
Yeah, and then
Thank God.
yeah, and then also the last thing with these two, the lizard theme is deal damage then get effect. So it's kind of like the Rakdos effect from the last Guilds of or the last Ravnica set,
Yep.
where it's like you want to
Spectacle.
yeah, like you do something, you deal damage, and then you get bonuses off that. And there's also like random cards that synergize with dealing 1 damage specifically. So you want to make sure that you have single instances of 1 damage. So, yeah. Maha, it feathers night, black. Free.
I have like a love-hate relationship with this card. 'Cause I love
Yeah.
this card and I love the art and everything, but I can't build it because no one will play with me.
Yeah, so it's a 6/5 flying trampler ward. Discard a card. Creatures your opponents control have base toughness 1. So, yeah, it's just a great thing. The fact that it's fucking trample, it's just like god
Trample?
damn, dude. Yeah.
Yep.
Talk about a stat monster. I mean, even the
This is
Warriors
a
kind of make
Timmy's
this-
worst nightmare.
Yep.
Yeah. You're like,
I like want to. I have to. This is another deck I have to build in secret.
yeah, like
Even though you just
shut the fuck
announced
up.
it on a podcast.
Yeah. Hey, shut the fuck up! Don't ruin this for us. Yeah. Yeah. Card's sick. Maha's Feathers Knight. It's super fun. Probably gonna be one of those like must kills in EDH. I mean, how many must kill
this is
commanders?
another Shieldred.
Yeah.
That it dies immediately.
So like out of the tier of must kill mono black commanders that exist, it's like Tigrid's number 1, Shieldred's number 2, and
Shieldred.
then this card comes in number 3.
Yep.
Is there any other ones that are must kill?
Crick is a must kill.
Yeah, it is. That is too.
Crick is also a must kill. I guess Crick is number 1 because that's the CEDH one.
Yeah. The other ones are like Tigrid. Actually, I would say that more people have scooped to Tigrid than
Probably.
than to Crick. Everyone's like, oh, what are you gonna do with Crick? And
Yeah, Tigrid's one of those, like, because, like, the way to play the deck is you play the most annoying cards.
Oh, yeah.
Like, make your opponent discard and sack. Like, no, dude, like, this is not fun.
Yeah.
I'd rather play against Shieldred 1,000% than ever play against Tigrid.
Yeah, Tigrid makes people so sad. What's the other one? If you sacrifice a creature, you get it.
Sacrifice a permanent.
So when you fetch land, I get your fetch?
I'm pretty sure that's how it is.
That is it. That's 100% it.
God damn. All right. Cool card. Blooming Blast. Ski motherfucker. So 1 in a red for an instant gift a treasure, so you can give your opponent a treasure. It does 2 damage to target creature. If a gift was promised, deal 3/2 in the face. So probably going to be a great card for the first couple weeks, and then it'll be great in the sideboard after. Especially if everybody's going aggro, you're gonna want this card just to kind of break the monotony.
Symmetry.
Yeah, there you go. So you're like, oh, you're a red deck. Well, I have the mirror breaker because not only am I going to take out your creature, but I'm going to start winning this race. And yes, you can have a treasure token. That's fucking cute. Yeah.
Yeah, this card's great. I think this replaces what's it called in Modern Burn also. Searing Blaze.
Yeah, because the Searing Blaze is it fucks you in a lot of times because doesn't the creature, well, it does 1-on-1. It doesn't need to die. I'm thinking of Searing Blood, but having to have a landfall.
That's the one I'm thinking of, yeah.
Yeah, having to have the landfall stinks. And then Searing Blood having the clause of they have to die also stinks. So.
I meant Searing Blood. I think Searing Blaze stays. That card's super easy to trigger.
Yeah,
Plus, it does 3/3 versus 2/3, which is a big difference.
Oh, yeah. So this card's probably just an auto-include or replacement. So, good card.
It'll definitely see play in Pioneer Burn.
Mm-hmm. Here's that card. The Sunspine Lynx. Red 2 for a 5/4 players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. And when it enters the battlefield, you deal 1 damage to each player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls. So I know you think this is a great card, but if aggro is the format, it's bad. And if
4 mana.
Well, and if control, I don't think control will be the format. It just can't be. If mid range is the format, mono red decks.
One of these for Burrows.
Yeah, like 5 mana.
This is not main deckable, by the way. I think this goes in the sideboard and replaces Furnace Punisher.
I don't remember what that card does.
So it's 3 mana, 3/3 with Menace, and at the beginning of each player's turn, if they don't control at least 2 basics, they take 2 damage.
Oh, yeah.
So
sure.
it's currently being played for like the Domain decks and like the Esper decks. But I think for the 1 more mana to have it do all the damage when it comes in, I think is the trade-off.
Sure.
But I also fear that because of how powerful I think this card is, I think it will actually warp the format to like maybe play more basics. Because like if you ever tap out in like a 2 to 3 color deck and allow your opponent to cast this is doing like 5 to 6 damage on cast.
Do you think mono red will play this?
In the board, 100%.
Okay. I usually in my head like mono red like cutoff is like 3, and like 3 mana, and sometimes they play 4 when the effects like really uber rate.
Main deck, I would agree that that's too high because you do play like you will still be playing Witchstalker's Frenzy, which is 4 mana but costs cheaper when you attack, and it deals 5. But if you look at most boards, they're playing some number of like Koth in the board, or they're playing 4 mana Planeswalkers, and I think this is just infinitely better than that.
That's fair. All right. Yeah, it's probably it definitely we'll see something, and then you're gonna catch people with their pants on, and also it's got big ass stats too. 4 mana 5/4, no joke, dude. They just don't make cards that like have shit stats. Emberheart Challenger, which is 1 in a red for a 2/2 with haste, and then it has prowess and valiant, and then whenever it has
I'll give the okay on mouse too.
Yeah. Valiant, whenever it becomes a target of a spell or ability you control for the first time, exile the top 2 cards of your library. And until the end of your turn, you may play that card. So mainly the mice theme is Valiant, and they like to feed off of each other because they're team dudes. And then Monstrous Rage doesn't rotate, so I think that's like the natural fit for these cards. So
none of the prowess creatures rotate. The only thing I think, and this fits in nicely because it just replaces the vampire, the 2-mana one that's a 2/2 with haste, and then if you pay 3, you can cast it. Whatever that card is, that
Mythic.
one rotates.
Yeah.
And this is just an easy slot in.
Bloodthirsty Adversary, I think.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just switch out, and then do you care about the Valiant on it?
I mean, later on, I'm not obviously like. I think on turn 3, like unless you do have like.
That'd be Monsters.
Yeah, I don't even think on turn 3 you could because if. Or no, yeah, you cast this turn 2. Yeah, turn 3 it's perfect. You Monstrous Rage, triggers it. They run the adventure card that double strikes.
Yeah.
Like there's you have plenty of ways. They're also playing. There's the 1-mana red spell that gives something +2/+2, and if it dies, it's replaced with a 2/2 token.
Sure.
Yeah, I think this card is very good.
Yeah.
It digs me deeper to do more damage to you.
Yeah, and if it's bad, you can always just bolt it.
Yep. Just cool. I moved a land out of the way.
Yeah. It's exile on the top. It was only the top. For some reason, I thought it was the top 2.
Oh, and it's play, so you can even not play your land right away.
Yeah. That's good. All right, Innkeeper's Talent. I think this card is going to be an absolute bomb and limited. At the beginning of each combat of your turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature control, and then for a green, it's an enchantment class for green and a 1, and then for a green, you can go up to level 2. Permanents you control with counters on them have ward 1, which is going to be the worst thing for people in limited. And then level 3, which is 3 and a green. So if you would put a counter on a permanent you control, put double those amount of counters of that type instead. So doubling season the long way.
Hell yeah.
Also, the doubling the counters means that they'll have ward 2.
Oh, for each. Oh, okay. For each counter they get ward 1. Or
never mind. Sorry, I was reading it wrong.
Yeah.
I thought level 2
like, damn.
put a ward 1 counter.
Archon Ravager, ward 7. Yeah. Yeah, card's good.
Yeah, what's that one class that was
Rangers
that
class?
class?
Yeah, that was super dominant in standard.
This doesn't make a 2/2 with it, but I still think that this card is very good.
Yeah, I like it. This card's gonna. Well, it's also like doubling season at home, but kind of not because you can get to the doubling season effect faster. You don't need the hard 6 mana for doubling season. You just need. I mean, it's 7 total, but it's broken up between turns, so you can technically get it on turn.
Well, and it's not going to have a $40 price tag, so
That too, yeah. Season of Gathering. This is one of those another EDH ones, which is green 4, has the paw mechanic, which you get 5 paws, and then it's got 3 different modes. Mode number 1 for a single paw is put a 1/1 counter on a creature you control. It gains vigilance and trample to end of turn. Double paws, choose artifact or enchantments, destroy all permanents of the chosen type. So you can go double. You can spend 4 mana on the paws and get all artifacts and enchantments. And then last thing is green, draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control, which is like green's favorite effect. And I think those kind of effects are super played in EDH.
Oh, 100%.
EDH card. That's really all I think of this card as. That's it.
That's good.
All right. Moving on to Balin the Haymaker. I like this card because it makes me build a Naya EDH, and I just want to play Willy Thoktar. So it's Naya colors for a 4/3, and then it's a legendary creature rabbit warrior, and then it has 3 different modes, which all involve tapping tokens. So the first one is tap 2 untap tokens you control, add 1 mana of any color. The second mode is tap 3 untap tokens you control, draw a card, and then lastly tap 4 untap tokens you control, put 3 1/1 counters on Balin the Haymaker. It gains trample till end of turn. So Dockside's best friend, but I mean obviously Dockside combos with a ham sandwich. I just want to play this card. It's cheap. It's
How
quick.
far Willy Thoktar has come.
I know. I love Willy Thoktar so much.
He was a 5/4, right?
Yeah, vanilla 5/4 for this mana stat.
Right.
When I think of that card, I get so much nostalgia. All
It's hard for me to like look back, even though I know it was a played card. It's hard for me to look back and go, yeah, that creature was good. Just like
Yeah.
after like playing new Magic.
That's what I used to exactly. I used to appreciate the way that packs smelt when you'd open up the bag like that. Like, oh
I like this card.
yeah, the infamous Cruel Claw, which is a 3/3 Weasel Mercenary with Menace, and then it has this text where it's whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card to your library. You may exile a non-land card. You may cast this card by discarding a card rather than paying its mana cost. So there's the funny
This
EDH
card,
deck.
I think this card would go into my Fallout deck.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I like this card purely with the you build 98 lands, one World Fire, one this card, and then that's how you play EDH. Like we're not having fun today.
I like that. I would build that deck.
Yeah, and then you just find every single land that ETBs is either a man land or ETBs deals a
Or
damage.
like all the
Worldfire destroys your lands.
I know, but I'm saying like Piranha Marsh, when you draw it, you deal 1 damage to somebody, and because World Fire brings everybody down to 1. So the goal is you play World Fire, obviously, you exile it, and everybody exiles their hand. So we're all at 1 and have nothing, and then you're to try to win. You either go land, man, land, or you go land Piranha Marsh, the Thunder Junction, deal damage land, Sheeving Gorge, all the red lands that do that crap, like Ramanap Ruins.
Isn't there that one colorless land that's like tap, deal a damage to a player?
It's Sheeving Gorge, yeah. If there's also a colorless one too that just does that. So there's plenty of them.
Isn't it called Desert?
There's Desert, and then there's
Desert is attacking creatures.
Oh, it's a creature. Okay.
Yeah, well, there's also the Desert from Thunder Junction that deals 1 damage to somebody. So like you build all that, all the man lands that you can possibly get in red and black, which they have a plethora of them, and then obviously the rest of your deck is just lands. So after World Fire resolves, you know you're going to be drawing 5 lands consecutively, so you'll be able to cast this guy again and try to win. Where everybody else
get
does that.
There's that new Exert land that you can play this guy on turn 2.
No, you can't. It doesn't ramp you.
Yeah.
It does.
No, it costs a red to get 2 red.
You have to pay a red to exert it.
Yeah. It does give you haste, though.
You do?
Mhm.
Oh, that's dumb.
It's a red and tap, and it adds 2 red, and whatever creatures you spend that mana on have haste.
Yeah.
That's not what I thought that card did. Wow.
That
The card would be dumb
Yeah,
if you could
yeah.
exert it, and it didn't cost anything.
Right.
Yigra, Yigra, Eater of All. Yeah,
Yigra.
which has a really hard. Well, I guess it's not that hard. It's green, black, 3 for a 6/6. It has ward, sacrifice of food, so you have to have a food. However, it makes all creatures, in addition to the types, food artifacts. So everything, all your creatures becomes food, and then whenever a food is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put 2 1/1 counters on that. So, yeah, it gets huge fast, and I like that people are adding this to be, nonsensical cards like Kill Switch or cards like that. So, fun EDH card. And I think this card's pretty good. If Mirrex sees play, I don't see why this couldn't. But Fountain Port, which is a land,
Oh, I agree.
taps for colorless, 2 mana attack, a token, or 2 mana tap itself, sack a token, draw a card, 3 mana tap itself, pay 1 life, create a 1/1 blue fish token, and then 4 mana tap, create a treasure token, which I think is really weird that the treasure's all the way up top, but whatever. Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, sure, Mirrex doesn't cost you life, but this allows you to block.
This also allows you to draw cards.
Yep.
Like drawing
Yeah,
cards.
And create treasures.
Like, or mediocre.
And ramp, basically, yeah.
It reminds me of just like a trading post, and that card was like
Yep.
Yep.
mainly
On the
played.
land.
And then this is only. I thought this card was in the set. It is not. It's an EDH card only, which is 1 in a red for a 1/3. Has Offspring, so for 1 in a red, you can pay its additional cost. And then whenever another creature you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. So obviously, 4 mana, you get 2 of this
So yeah,
effect.
this
Yeah.
card would go into the Fallout deck for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I was really surprised this wasn't in the set, but yeah.
Well, this would be way too good, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty goddamn good. Yeah. And it's whenever another creature controls enters, so obviously they trigger off each other. So 4 mana, you get 2 of these, and then obviously everybody loves that style of effect, which is the.
Yep.
Yeah, I have lots of Krenko loves this card. So
Yeah,
That's all I got from Bloom. Is there anything that you guys saw in Bloomburrow that was interesting to you?
The number one card I want is the full art tree city for my dinosaur deck.
The what?
A full art of the 3 tree city.
Yeah.
Oh, the Nykthos for
Skyscraper.
Yeah.
The good land.
Skyscraper, whatever.
Yeah.
For my
I do
dinosaur
like
deck.
that
Like
they gave
100
that
of
card
those.
4 arts. For
Good.
the 4
because
different
then
want-
it'll be
seasons.
1,000.
I think I want a summer one. But I won't be picky.
Is there anything you're excited for, Tony?
Rarest one.
No. Just
No,
just been
nothing.
I've just been brewing decks that I've been seeing what they're gonna go for, and then obviously just want to play standard just because it's a rotation, so it's fully rotated, kind of a new powerful
That's what I was
set
gonna say.
coming in.
That's That's what I'm excited about, or for most, is rotation, because like I was thinking about it and I was like, I can't remember the last time like I had to worry about like cards rotating out. Like I'm like going through all this stuff I have put aside for standard. I'm like, wow, I can actually like get rid of these 6 boxes of Kamigawa that are sitting on my standard, shelf. I can put them away.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of nice to like get something refreshing, because like it does get real stale. Like, yeah, new decks do pop up, but at the end of the day, we've been fighting the same cards. We're still fighting the channel or lands. We're still fighting wandering emperors.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so happy to not deal with channel lands anymore. Like, yeah, I lose Sokingen and I love that card, but it's definitely like it's on the bottom of the totem for like channel cards.
For sure, dude. Like I'm with you on that. It's one of those things. Just like 3 years is it's a long goddamn time. Like it really is. So the downside is Shieldred's still around, and if you're looking to get into paper standard and you find a Shieldred deck, you're like, good luck, because you're gonna be dropping 300 bones on getting multiple copies of that card, and there's not really a deck that plays a singleton of that. So good luck.
It's like the ring.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Just remember, folks, like the first week and a half, you are going to see a lot of like monocolor aggro. That does not mean that's what the format's going to be like, so please don't complain about cards. Give it about 2 weeks, then the format will kind of start to solve itself, and you'll probably still have an aggro deck or two, but there will be mid-range 100%. There might still even be control, because Sunfall is still a gross card.
Yeah. I mean, it was like time and time again when the SCG circuit was the SCG circuit, the first week of rotation, mono red won every single time.
Yep.
And then it completely fell off because everybody's trying things and the fun police is there to stop them. And then, they still linger, but people go, you know what? I'm sick of dying to mono red. Oh, they printed the timely reinforcements, insert card here, blessed alliance, insert, whatever it is. It's just like random card that does removal, puts tokens, gain life. That's usually what it is. So, while you're all out there trying stuff, be prepared to be beat up by mice. Slick shot show off, which that card is intense, man. The plot is the plot is so good. Like, man, when someone plots that and I'm holding like temporary lockdown, I'm like, well, this fucking sucks because I have to temporary lockdown to get rid of these creatures, and they just follow up and go slam jam. And
dude, my favorite play is going like turn 1. Why can't I think of it? The Saga, the red one.
Sagas.
And then it's like turn 2, you you plot a slick shot. Turn 3, you plot a slick shot and play a Swift Spear, and you watch your opponents sweat because they're like, do I have to kill these now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, are we doing this?
Hell yeah, dude. It's been weeks. We got to catch up. We're behind. All right. So we haven't done this for 4
We're
weeks.
only to 2010.
Yeah, it's only going to get astronomically worse because a million abilities come out every guy. Because this is when I think Scars of Mirrodin. When did they stop doing that? It was cons, like when they started getting rid of the blocks or whatever as entirety. But let's. You guys ready?
Cons had a block.
Yeah, but it was like a 3-tiered block because it was going into the big booster, small booster, big booster, small booster, and then they went to just solo sets. That cons had 3 blocks, but it was like big set, small set, big set, which was kind of a good model that they took from like the Rise of Eldrazi, where it's like Zendikar, and then small set, and then Rise of the Eldrazi, which I think is like a good way to like jumble up standard versus like big, small, small. But anyways, yeah, I think Domain existed before this, but we'll go right into Conflux. Domain, it existed before, but they didn't have it keyworded. But it got an official keyword in Conflux, which does anybody? I mean, I know JB beat the shit out of me with Exploding Borders.
That card was good.
There's
There's 4-mana ramp for growth. It's so bad.
I loved it.
But yeah, beat
It
the
was
shit.
great.
What's that 2-mana enchantment that has Domain from Conflux, and it says all your lands or all like basic land types?
That's from that's Prismatic Omens, and that's from Shadowmoor.
Yeah.
It doesn't have Domain. It makes every land you have basic land types.
Really? I could have sworn those Conflicts. Okay. I thought it said Domain on it, but I guess I'm wrong.
No, there's I think Conflux, they came out with what's the reflecting pool that only counts your opponent's lands?
Forbidden or
Exotic Orchard.
Exotic Orchard.
Yeah, so that was in there. Conflux is also known for Noble Hierarch, Knight of the Reliquary. Those two cards came out in that set. But overall, Domain. I mean, if we go back to the keyword of it, because Tribal Flames is Domain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a good card.
I think it says Domain now on the
Oh,
reprint.
of course it does. Yeah, they've upgraded it. I think this is like a B.
Yeah, we'll give it a B.
Domain is...
Hold on, does Leyline Binding have Domain?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna move it up to an A. That card's fucking sick.
Yeah. Well, the flash on it is what makes it good.
No, it's the fact that it costs 1 that makes it good.
What I'm saying is, if it didn't have flash, it would not be as good. It would not be very great.
Yeah, because you're taking an ability away. But
Yeah, 100%.
Well, 1 mana
100%.
catch-alls.
It would be worse.
Problematic. Yeah, you're right. Leyline Binding is obviously, woulda, shoulda, coulda. If they just made this card right here that I'm gonna show on the screen, just called Leyline. If it said win the game for 2 mana, JB, it would obviously be an S, but obviously it doesn't do that.
Yeah,
so.
I get it. Whatever. You can keep saying that all you want.
You can't just take things away from cards and be like,
What
Well,
I'm
you know
saying
what?
is,
I get what you're saying. It's
No.
not the
Flash
domain.
is really
you
good,
think it's
too.
not the domain that makes it busted. You think it's the flash.
shit.
well, the domain makes it, but the flash pushes it over.
Okay. But yeah, it came out in Conflicts. Like, this is, to me, what we're going into now. I've played with all these cards a lot. So, and we lived through the standards of this. So, like, we knew the impact of these cards. Whereas before, like, it's kind of just guessing. But all right.
Yeah.
B or A?
Oh my. An A is fine.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think there's ever a downside to domain. So.
Blood Moon. Blood Moon's pretty bad. Like, Blood Moon when they're like, oh, you don't have domain anymore. All your fucking domain stuff's gone.
I'm saying like the ability itself doesn't never has like a negative effect on it, like printed on it.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Right. It's always something. Oh my god, why are you making me say
You
this?
skip
No, we're going into Cascade. I was trying to do it in chronological order, but when I do it by 2009, then it goes alphabetical. The next one we got after this is Alara Reborn, which has Cascade, which yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
They literally had to alter the way Cascade works because it was too good.
Times.
yeah, it's been broken twice. It's had Bloodbraid Elf come on and off ban list. It's had Violent Outburst be banned, and then also yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, nothing is more fun than watching your opponent lose to Bloodbraid, Lightning, and then just roll their fucking eyes. Or if you live the real dream, Bit Blast, Bloodbraid into
Lightning.
Yeah, they're just like, fuck this game. Yeah. All right. Next one is we'll go to an M10, which premiered the term exile. They removed the remove from game, which made exile more of a zone than outside the game.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, like the ability existed before.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like it's Exile. Like I used to think Exile was S, but now I don't even think that matters. This
So
shit just phases out.
yeah, so it became another zone, whereas the only other cards that would pull from remove from game,
Wish.
yeah, were wish effects because they said outside the game, and now they just use willy nilly like the exile pulled thing from exile zone, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
I
not-
just
Give it a
remember
B.
laughing. I just remember laughing a bunch when someone explained to me that Karn can go get exiled
Exile.
artifacts.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
yeah.
Yep.
You can get things that are stuck under Leyline Binding.
I think it's an A.
Exile.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just because it's a resource zone.
No, I just think while it is another zone, I think exiling something is a little more permanent because very few people play with cards that actually care about exiled cards. It's like Karn and what?
Well,
Wish.
yeah,
Wish. That's it.
and more cards like Thought Not Seer, grab and exile things versus yeah.
Rift Sweeper.
I mean,
Well,
we're
that's what
literally
I'm
just
saying is I
talking
think
about
exile
Leyline
is
Binding.
better. Exile is better.
Then
I
remove
don't know.
from-
You're saying it's a B. I think it's an
I
A
said it's a B.
as
Yeah.
a removal.
I feel indifferent about it. I think it's C. I don't know. Like
C.
yeah, Swords of Plowshares does the fact that it exiles like matters, but I don't know.
That's what I mean. It's more important. It's more
That's fair,
impactful than putting
yeah.
in the graveyard. And there's tons of stuff that deals with the graveyard, whereas there's very little that deals with the exile.
Sorry, mono black players. Unfortunately, mono black is known for the best kill spells, if you will. White has them trumped by a million times because we have Swords of Plowshares.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
And Path to Exile and
dude,
like
that
seven
card
other
that card's a
cards.
fucking meme now. Nobody takes
Yeah,
that card
yeah,
seriously.
but it used to be really good.
Yeah, it was. It was the only thing. All right. Into Zendikar, which had not that
Landfall.
many. Landfall's huge.
Yeah,
Landfall.
Landfall is
Yes.
crazy.
100%
That was a Zendikar mechanic. Oh wait, hang
Yes,
on.
it was.
Dude, step links
I'm
and
so tired. I'm so tired. I thought that was Lorwyn for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
No. Step links
Zendikar.
and plated GOP, bro.
Yeah, dude, anything with Landfall. Landfall
I
is
saw-
so good.
Because Nissa is from, or it was in Zendikar,
Mhm.
which is like, but she was born on Lorwyn. That's where my mind went. Sorry, I'm tired.
I get it. We'll get there. Pop up baby beer. Yeah, S is really good.
100% S.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
makes
like,
your lands good late game. Like that's really all you need to know about it.
also just like fetches become insane.
I mean, the first go around of it was like kind of fucked up. Like 1 mana 4/5s with step links. You're like, holy shit, what is this card?
Yep.
That Boros deck, it literally was just all the cards that you could get from.
Links and plated Geobeads.
Yeah, you're like,
I-
oh, dude, commons are beating up everything.
I played that deck into the ground.
Everybody did. That deck was awesome. That deck was.
Yeah, your curve out ended with a Johnny Vengeance too, which was so good.
Oh yeah. Dude, you had M10 gave you bold. You had 3 creatures from that's right there where you had Goblin Guide, Step Links, and plated GOP, and then you had
Sky Shroud,
The
Core
4
Sky
mana.
Shroud, yeah, the 2-drop 2 through that flyer when it came in, you bounced
and
to
then
permanent.
Goblin Bushwhacker.
Yep.
That was the
4
deck.
mana dude that let you the 4 mana Ranger of Eos or whatever.
Yep, that
Oh,
was in there
yeah,
to search
dude.
all your 1-drops.
Wow, what a deck! And then Burst Lightning and
Dude,
Lightning
that-
Bolt.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, the deck was
I remember
The
it played.
best.
It played.
best standard ever.
It played 14 fetches, 4 Scalding Cards,
Yep.
4 Arid Mesa, 4 Marsh Flats, and then 2 Evolving Wilds. I was like,
Yeah, that standard was wild because it was just when people were starting to figure out how to look up deck lists
Well,
online. I think.
yeah, nothing was like collected, and like our phones in 2009 were not good. Like it cost
Yeah, and
money
it-
to look at the internet.
Yep, and like
Yeah.
when you would go home, you would go to forums to look up
Forums,
deck
yep.
lists.
Yeah.
And you have to go to like MTG Salvation and go to the
Yep.
forums.
Rumor mill.
Yeah, when
There was
someone would come with a
another
hit
one
deck,
that
like,
was
holy
like-
shit, what is this?
It's like goldfishdeck.net or some shit.
Was it? I just remember going to TCG Player all the time because they used to have a decks section. That's long gone. but
Oh, right.
I used to do that, and I would be like, when states would come around, I'd be like, I'd look at all 50 states, just looking for like the most cool, like the coolest deck.
Yeah.
I had an SCG premium membership back then.
$5.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
dude.
paid $5 because they had the guy who they had their Ben Blois or whatever, the
Yeah.
dude who runs the money side,
Mhm.
and then they would have their players talk about decks that were like up and coming and like cards that they thought were gonna hit like
Yeah.
standard and do work. So I
Yeah.
used to I just sit at school and read articles on the computer while I was in like my
Oh, yeah.
labs or whatever.
Oh yeah, I would
It's
do
so
it.
funny.
For the year that I was allowed to go to college before they were like, you suck,
Oh,
you,
wow.
you got Fs, get out of here. I'm telling you, Magic consumed my fucking life. Like from 2009 to 2011, like I was like, I could give two shits about what's going on in criminal justice 101. Like fuck this is lame.
I also
Of course,
think
you wanted to be a cop.
Of course. Yeah.
I also think
Oh,
That's
I think
so
I-
give me a gun.
single-handedly got the printing lab, like the computer lab,
Yeah.
to charge you for color copies because I used to just print out deck lists like crazy.
Dude.
I would just take a thumb drive with like 6 decks and just shoot out color prints for like a half an hour in the lab.
Oh man, what I would give to go back just to the
To do it all again.
just the organicness of like what I loved. Like I was like, oh dude, I love my
Printing
nine
out
deck.
fucking deck lists in the fucking.
It's so cool.
library
It's
or
so
whatever.
cool, man. I love
Yeah,
that
it was
shit.
great.
Loved it. All right. Yeah, Landfall
Well,
gets
those were
ass.
the time periods, man. Like when F&M had like 50 plus people.
FMs were
Well,
fucking
it was
fun.
never that.
And you could
huge.
trade all day.
Yeah,
that
dude.
is. Oh.
Homebrews, all the dude. I mean,
Yes.
nothing felt worse than the kid. I mean, this is the kid that was having the most fun was just showing up with his homebrew. But sometimes you play against homebrew that was so fucking bad that everybody would be laughing to you at you if you were losing to it. Like if you're like showing up with like your Jace the Mind Sculptor deck, and they're just like, yeah, 5-mana 2/2 that says you lose life, and you're like, what the fuck does this card do? It's like, yeah, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like just all these cards that you've never seen. You're like, Royal Elemental, like blue 3, that's like a 3/2 with landfall that steals a creature from you. And you're like, oh, he fucking stole my Baneslayer. I have no answer for this. You're just losing
that
to
was also the-
straight jank. You're like,
And
fuck.
if your like homebrew was like really good, you'd get people coming up to ask you for your deck list. Like, hey man,
Oh,
can
yeah.
I look at your deck? Like I did that. That happened to me when I played Rug Walkers.
Oh yeah, dude. Just the most random shit. And I mean, at that time, I didn't even know there was a website to like look up all the cards. So you would just get like blindsided by the most random shit. You're like, I don't know what that card does, but fuck, did I get smoked by it?
That was
And-
back when the booklet you got with fat packs were valuable because you get to look at the
Yeah.
whole set.
Oh yeah, dude, it was fucking awesome. I was that guy. I got to beat the F&M boss with one of the jankest decks ever. It was my first F&M with Lich Lord of Ux, which was a precon from Alara Reborn. And he was playing Fairies, the top deck, and it had this fucking ability, which was blue, black, tap, make a zombie wizard, and then for each wizard you controlled, they lose 1 life. And he was just dying because his Bitter Blossom was killing him, and I was able to keep up with the Bitter Blossom because I was able to make 1/1 shitty wizards that drained him, and he couldn't get rid of the card because like at the time people were playing like Pepper Smoke and Doomblade, and it happened to be a black card. And it was the fucking greatest. I was like, yay! And I was like, oh, I'm
Dude.
so fucking smart. I got 3rd place at FNM, my first one ever. Next 2 weeks, 0-4.
Stopped.
Couldn't win
Yeah.
this
Get
fucking
fucking
game.
wrecked.
Couldn't win
My
a
favorite
fucking
part
game.
about that story, and I still tell people that story
Yeah.
every once in a while. Like when we talk about Salt in Magic, is
Oh
because
my
the guy
God.
who lost, he got up, yelled a bunch of shit at Tony, stomped and like slammed the door on the way out of the F&M, like shaking the glass, and we were just like, "Oh my god!"
That's because like Tyler and
if that was
AJ
any
were just
other
insulting
player-
him and making fun of him so bad. Yeah. Yeah,
I think if it was any other player's first time FNM, they probably would have quit Magic, but that probably fueled Tony to want to play more.
I was chasing that feeling. I was like, I want to do that again, and I got to do it to that player multiple times in round ones when he was playing Boros and I played Jund, and I got super lucky against him. He got I didn't even know that Boros was a deck. He built it. It came to FNM. I got super lucky with my Blood Braids, like just hit Lightning every fucking time. And then he just grabbed his deck and stomped out and just left. If he lost round 1 and round 2, he was never there for round 3 and round 4.
I think I know who you're talking
We
about.
all do. Everyone knows because he made a fucking exit like you wouldn't believe.
I sent this guy home once with my
Everybody
story
did.
circle deck.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was always on the top tier deck.
Yep. I sent him home with my story circle deck one time.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It was like a homebrew.
good old Magic back in the early
Maybe look
times
at
when
in the,
everyone was
disc,
angry.
the podcast shit.
Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah, you know
On
who it is.
Facebook.
Yeah, we know who it is.
I just want to make sure I'm like thinking of the right person.
Yeah, we all-
But,
yeah.
next ability.
Intimidate. Yes, that's what I was talking about.
B.
Yeah,
Okay.
we all know who it is.
Be at best. Be at best.
Intimidate? Yeah, so
Yeah.
fun-
Fear's better.
yeah, yeah, fear was unique because it only referenced black, whereas intimidate referenced the creature itself. So they replaced it because it was
More intuitive.
yeah, so it didn't confuse players. There wasn't a lot of non-black creatures that had fear, but they did exist. So
There was a couple. It was
Yeah.
mostly like white shit.
yeah, it was
Stuff
like
that had like shadow.
yeah, it's like what the hell is this? And then it actually got discontinued later on, and they got replaced by menace because creatures or players in Magic Origins were like, oh, this is confusing. I have a creature that can block. Yeah, I have intimidate. Your creature's red, mine's not. Yeah, it's like yeah, that's how it works. Anyways, see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't great.
All right, we're gonna keep going, which we are leading into Rise of Eldrazi, which has Annihilator.
Oh,
like an
that's
S
pretty
plus.
good.
D.
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 I don't think it's S. I think it's B.
A.
I think it's A.
B.
Sure, B. I'll give it B.
Just because
It
like
was pretty damn good.
you have to look at the cards that have it, and everything cost a bajillion fucking mana to play.
Sure, but you're always cheating.
Yeah, show and
Oh.
I
tell.
don't cheat. Do you cheat? I'm
No,
gonna tell on you.
Show and tell. Like, this was these guys replaced these big Eldrazi Titans, and there were smaller ones obviously, but these 3 Titans replaced like every fatty that ever existed prior to them because they were not only colorless, but they had stupid cast triggers, and then also Annihilator 6 and Annihilator 4 and 4. Like, what the fuck was that about?
They replaced them because
Well,
it's a
half your board.
15/15 flyer with protection from like everything.
no.
And then also like sneak attack.
O
being
ring
able-
was pretty good.
Yeah, sneak attack, being able to like 1 mana. You're gonna lose 6 permanents, and here's a 15/15 flyer. Good luck. Like, come on, man. And also, Emrakul is banned in EDH as a general because people are like, I don't like when you attack me and eliminate me from the game. Okay. Hey.
Well, don't let me play him.
I mean, if you think it's an A, it's an A. But
we can just call it a B. I don't give a shit. I get that's fair. It's only on cards that are like 1 million. World Wake multi-kicker. Just kicker with more kicks. Except it's got one of the memeiest
Right,
cards
it's
ever.
C. It's a C.
Is there any good?
C.
Is there any good multi-kicker? Can anybody give me a multi-kicker card that's actually good?
yeah, dude, that one.
Yeah, the
Common
wolf-
Storm?
They have
The green human that had multi-kicker or elf that made 2/2 Wolster each time it was kicked.
Turn
That card
Tempo?
saw play. There's also Huh?
There was 2 cards in that set that had
Wolf
that there was an
Briar
ally that did it.
Elemental.
Yeah.
and then the ally that what is it, Cora Wild Speaker or something like that.
I gotta look up multi-kicker now.
Virago, something.
It was the elf that had multi-kicker where it gave other elves +1/+1 equal to the
Oh,
counters I
Eldraga?
put on
Yeah,
it.
multi-kicker. Alright, here's all the cards that have multi-kicker.
Wolf
Common
Briar
Storm saw a
Elemental.
bunch of play.
I guess Everflowing Chalice is real. Okay.
yeah. There's some good multi-kicker cards.
That's it, huh?
Right there. Wolf Briar Elemental.
Okay.
Yeah, that one saw play.
That's my
Or
win
color.
con on my EDH decks. It's a win
I
con.
feel like
and
Comet
mana
Storm had
synergy.
some use.
Zero
Yeah.
cards played. Zero decks
What
played
this card
Counter
saw play? Do not even play with me, Tony.
For
I'm
real?
not going to argue with you. Yes, this
That
card saw
card's a
play.
win condition in a
I
lot of decks.
remember it.
Still.
Yeah.
And what?
That card's still a win condition in
I'm
EDH.
telling you.
All right. I guess I just think of the meme of like if you open this
Like
in
use
your
the signs you would see. Yeah, if you open this, you'll get a free pack.
yeah the if you open this in your Modern Masters pack, you get a free pack because it was so fucking funny. This is like this is the same. Are
Because
you sure
once
this
it was
all
out
play-
of
this is-
standard, when it was out of standard, it was garbage.
Hold on.
When
Yeah,
in
it was
standard,
only in
fine.
standard. I'm not
It's
saying
a
it saw play in
EDH
any other
win
form.
con. It is an EDH win con.
Yeah, I agree with that,
or
Josh.
infinite mana.
Everything is
mana,
EDH
yes.
win
Yeah,
con,
yeah.
who cares?
Infinite mana. Also, Fireball is the same card then because
You don't even
infinite mana
need
is infinite mana. Okay. Well, you need 40 and then 3. Okay, I got it.
Like,
40.
you
You
need
need 40.
20. You need 20 plus
No, you need
8.
40.
28.
No, you need 40.
No, you can do 20 2 times.
And what are you talking about?
That-
This is double.
If you
This is double
X equals 20 and you kick it twice, that's the same as X equals 40 once.
to one person.
Yeah.
That's not how this card works at all. You have to have different targets. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, each kick is a different target.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that you could.
I want
You need
virtual
40
stupid.
you need
Put your
I
hand
don't know the
right in
card. I
front
don't
of
know
you
the
and
card.
slap it.
Yeah, you got it. I'll give it to you. All right, I'm tired. We gotta go to bed. Can we end it, please?
no, never, Josh. This is 45 mana. Just get out of here. Multi-kicker gets a C plus
Yep.
Plus, yeah, for the multi-kick.
because it has kicker in the name.
Multiply.
Okay, here we go. We're going. Level up.
Level up. A D.
It's
Yeah,
a
dude,
D.
it's pretty bad.
Trash.
There's no good cards.
Yeah.
Nah, there's one.
There's
Elf
one.
was.
Hex Drinker.
And
And
Hex
that's
Drinker.
it.
Right,
The
right.
Elf and Hex Drinker both suffer.
Corehelm Commander got played in Merfolk before it got the other
I'm
7.
sure.
And
so
the
did the
take an
red
extra
D.
turn level
D.
upper.
D.
Karga Dragonlord, yeah.
Yeah.
No. The take an extra turn blue guy.
Impact's a solid A.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, hold on.
Yeah,
we're-
that guy saw some
we
play.
got a Rise of Eldrazi. We have Rebound. What do you think about Rebound?
Ooh, I like rebound.
Eh?
I mean,
of
it's free
Ephemerate?
cast. It's
It's
gotta
like
be
a-
S, dude. Like, I mean, you just get the copy of the spell for free on your next turn.
All right, cool. A
No
for Rebound.
additional.
It's
Damn,
just
we are
a-
flying.
Well, it's
Hey.
it's a good mechanic. And Stagger Shock was
lot.
like huge. Totem Armor.
Well, there was also that rare
Cool effect,
removal
bad
spell.
cards.
I like Totem Armor, but it's like a bad mechanic. It's like
Yeah, I was about to say, it's a cool
very
effect,
aesthetic.
bad cards.
it's like parasitic. I think it's like
C.
a C. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, how do you make auras better? You
There's only
don't.
one that
It's
ever gets
bad.
played in EDH. It was like Hyena Umbra because it's like wrath proof. Like,
Mhm.
okay, that's it.
Yep.
Like one.
Isn't
one
Bear
mana.
Umbra?
Oh, that's the
One's
that's like the
one
infinite
mana.
combo. That's the
Yeah.
same as sort of Feast and Famine. Yeah. All right, Rise of Eldrazi. Infect.
A.
A.
It could be
It's
S.
just, it's just S. Like, you literally are
Is
cutting
it?
your
I didn't
opponent's
wanna give
life
it
total
a-
in half.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's A though. It's not unbeatable. It's not the best deck.
No.
I mean, but don't we have, like, trample at, like,
I mean,
an
it
A
comes
or
in
S?
and out. It comes in and out of Saint. I'm okay, sure. it's
Yeah.
an S.
I only give it. I'm gonna give it S, and I'm gonna only say this because if the amount
You're
of
gonna go
cards,
back and play your system anyway, so
it's going the
you
amount
have
of
to go
cards.
back and-
Oh, well, you want me to change it
you
to A?
have to like go back and ring all the S's, and there can only be one of all the S's. There can only be one S.
Well, we'll call it Super S,
In the
Triple
ring.
S,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super Senpai S.
But what were you, the one thing you were going to say about Infect?
Oh, how it impacted all of the history of every pump spell being like all of a sudden like
Right.
cards like Giant Growth, or what's the biggest one I got played with was
Groundswell and Mida Old Crosa.
what's the one that costs free that you give them life for? They gain 4 life. Well, it's
yeah, I
not
know
wild
what you're
size.
talking about.
Nature's Claim.
No,
No.
that's a
I mean,
god damn it.
it's a 6
I
mana
literally
pump
just
spell.
saw it. I just saw it because I was watching someone talk about a cheater who cheated lands on top of a guy's deck who was playing Infect, and he cast the card.
yeah, it's
He was able to pay for some.
it's like if you control a forest and they control something, or maybe if you control a forest and you can give
If you control a forest, you can give your opponent 4 life to give a creature +4/+4.
yeah, whatever that card is. That was like huge because it was like, and also like in fact the 2 creatures, so I had Blighted Agent and Glistener Elf, like because they're 1 mana, made them like so you could die on turn 2, like, and that
Right.
did happen. Whoops. Whoa. All right.
Whoa.
All right. And then we got. Now we're going into Scars and Mirrodin, which there's only 2 mechanics in that set. Because there's artifact base, which is Metalcraft, which fucking what?
Is that a
It's called Invigorate,
There you go. Thank you. Yep.
and it's only 3 life.
Yeah, they gain 3 life and it gets giant growth, right?
It's +4/+4.
Yeah, that card's fucking sick. Like, when then
The card normally costs 3 mana.
yeah, but either way, it's the idea is like, oh, you play turn 1 Glistener Elf, turn 2, Invigorate, 2 pump spells, 1 game. Like that's how it worked. Metalcraft.
Plus you got mutagenic growth.
Yeah.
a
And
Metalcraft.
yeah. It's just too easy to achieve.
Yeah.
It doesn't really
Yeah.
cost anything. And then like Mox Opal being able to count itself was stupid.
right?
Like what the hell? And then lastly, Proliferate
A
because of
it's
Atraxa.
good.
It's
Yeah.
like one of the most built around things. All right, Josh, get us the fuck out of here.
Being a furry is better than being a weeb. And it's Wednesday, my dudes. Go play in the pre-release.
Go play in the previous. Go get bloomed.
Wear your fursuit.
Get bloomed, baby.
Yep.
Doot.
All right, I gotta go bed.
Bye
Good night,
bye.
everyone.
See ya. Bye bye.
Bye.